Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Christelle Martinette with a new reading for the month of January 2018, which will be a 5-card spread using a tarot deck called Tarot of the Sacred Feminine, and you'll see that. And as clarifiers with the 5-card spread, I'll use a rather old VERA SIBILLA deck that I use sparingly because it is so old. And to crown that reading, I'll be using a set of runes, one of the first runes that I have ever had, which are emerald runes. This is all because I'm doing this before the holiday season. Now, in terms of the year spread, I'll be using a mini grand tableau, a Lenormand mini grand tableau. For those of you who read with the Lenormand will recognize these particular cards, and they have an explanation in English in the square, and the pictures are characteristic of the cards with the numbers here at the top. And the way I'll do that is I'll have I carve out an inner 4 by 4 rows of a grand tableau, so it will be a mini tableau. I won't go into the technical side and bore those people who don't read these cards, but we'll see. You'll see how it will work for each sign. Now, before I close and get on to the readings, I just wanted to say I know that this holiday season for many is a bit difficult, especially if you are alone or if you feel alone. I will be working during the holidays, unfortunately, sometimes, yeah, I have to. So you may want to consider not simply a reading, but something that will go a little bit more in depth, like past life regression or some form of hypnosis. And consider that. If you're interested, write to me, go to my website. You'll get my contact, or you'll see it in this video clip underneath probably, or somewhere, and we'll see if we can set it up. All right, now I think I have nothing without further ado, as they say. Let's get on to the readings, ladies and gentlemen. Hi Pisces, it's time for a new reading for you for the month of January 2018. Let's see what these cards, the Tarot of the Sacred Feminine, have in store for you, what they say. Let's see what they say. Okay, there you go. Let's have this as our focus card. Let me show you the cards. Ace of Cups. Yay! We have here the Page of Swords. Someone's going to be speaking their truth. The King of Wands. Wow. Now, you could see this looks like a woman, and in this deck there are almost all women, even as kings. And there are a few males, though, and one of them is here. The Lover's card. And this is the Three of Wands. This is one of the most beautiful spreads I've seen for the month of January, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces. Look, there is love in the air. You know, there's no doubt about that. You know, any way you cut it, there's love in the air. And there is love in the air, the beginning of something that is characteristic. Whether it's a new love or an old love, this Three of Wands gives me the impression that it is something stable, something known, something that's not exactly new. What is new is the way you communicate with this person. The more straightforward truths that come out. No more pussyfooting around, and no more jealousy, no more, oh, I did this and you did that, but you should have done this and that. No, there's no putting things on the scale and weighing. Everyone does what they feel best and the way they know how. No one has to have expectations. This is the newness of this type of relationship. And the interesting part is going to be right here, this King of Wands. Right now I'm going to take a look at that. The King of Wands, Pisces. Well, we have superbia, pride, vanity, denaro, money, and prigione. Listen to this. These two are, they can play out in many different ways. They're mirroring each other. That's why I'm talking about them first. You have become obsessed with a matter of success. You want success at all costs, and it's not coming, and this is causing you concern. In the realm of finance, money, economic value. Now, it also does mean that there is such sadness because of the insidious nature of jealousy that's hitting you during the month of January. And it has to do with finance. This also can play out with you having abundance and not knowing how to manage it. Interesting. Interesting. Or interacting with someone who has that. A fire sign. Interacting with a fire sign who is either a companion or, and it looks like it's of a companion nature because it's 135, someone who you have been with in the past or you know, but it's that acts as a King of Wands. It could be a fire sign or someone who has that passionate, fiery nature, a real go-getter and a pragmatist, someone who acts. They may be having some form of windfall or something. All of a sudden, they don't know how to deal with it. But they come to you for suggestions. Now, I'm going to take the runes, actually, to see how this will, what they have to say. Yeah. The idea of taking a decision. You don't, we have Wunyo Merkstave over this lovely card of the Lovers, and you don't want to make a choice. You want it all. Okay, Pisces, you don't want to say this or this. No, there's room for everyone in my life. Everyone has a role, and that's the way it's going to be. What you give comes back to you. There is an eternal with Diag. There's an eternal exchange with someone in your life. There's an eternal give and take that you willingly dance in, this harmonious dance that you undertake. Interestingly, Algae says Merkstave, and it tells you that you partake in this exchange, this sort of energetic dance with this person, someone who acts like the king, could be a female as well. But even without knowing where it's going to lead, and that is the most interesting part of the spread for January. You are not necessarily going forward in this relationship in terms of taking it to any level at all, but you're dancing. You know, there's this idea of the dance, of how it's moving forward, and we're just getting to smell each other and know how, get to meet, know our values, all right? I have here Lagos, and it is going to be a smooth, harmonious dance. There's not going to be any difficulty, no sharp edges. It is going to be a key. This is sort of a period that will open for you an idea of a window that will show you how things are going to be developing in the future with that person. Now, it will take time, of course. We know that, Yara here. And you don't even know how much time, and you don't even know how much love there is there, Pisces. This is someone that affords you something that you have never understood before or don't have any kind of experience about. And the interesting part is that you are able to interact with them, not even knowing where it's going to lead. That's what's interesting. Well, let's pick this up, Pisces, and go right into 2018. And let me just say that I do these readings in order, you know, from Aries to Pisces, but then I upload the current birthday month, right? So you are the last, and it's always a pleasure to get to this point because I always have such a sort of a special care with the reading for Pisces because it's not last but least. It is. I'm almost upset that it's last, you know, I would like to go forward with it, you know, and so I take great care in doing like I take with the others, but, you know, I'm almost sad that it's ending, you know, these readings are ending for today. Okay, the Lenormand deck is a deck of 36 cards. It's a smaller deck, much smaller even to shuffle. I mean, 4 by 4, 4 rows of 4 cards. Let's see what is here in store for you, Pisces. Okay, let me take a look. Interesting. The first quarter, January, February, March, you come into the year, Pisces, where you feel, by golly, there's something not right. There's something not right. I never get to be successful at the first shot, you know, you think to yourself. But you're very, very lucky. It's not as you seem. You're very, very lucky. And you just have the illusion that something's not going well. And what's interesting in this first quarter is that you have things coming to you. All, you know, all comes to those who wait, or something like that. I can't remember how it's said. To he who waits. Everything comes to he who waits, or she who waits. So just relax. Things will come to you. Do not be impatient. You have on your end, in this first quarter, January, February, March, very, very positive ventures, very positive plans, programs that turn up roses. The seeds you plant are coming up. And very interestingly, the public realm, everything that you entertain, both work, romance, finance, everything, when it is enacted, and the public sphere, being out and exchanging with other people, is what makes life real for you in this year. You have no worries about telling people about what you're doing, showing them, oh, you know, I met somebody and it's getting serious and I'm so excited, because there's a sense of security and we'll talk about the security. Now, a sense of security that's greater with respect to 2017. Second quarter is April, May, June. April, May, June, beautiful period, very beautiful period. That lovely, successful first quarter gives way in the second month of the third quarter. So it's April, May. In May, to a little bit of cause for concern. Because you look back and you look at your friends, you look at your family, and you see what is going on, and you're trying to assess whether you're on track with your plans, both emotionally, financially, and this because you are worried you're not going to make it. You're going to squander your money, or you're going to take the rug from under your feet. Something is going to, you're panicking in that second month of that quarter, May. And what I can tell you, though, the luck is going to be following you, although it is all in your mind. All of that worry and anxiety is in your mind. It has no reason to be there. And your health is going to suffer from that if you persist. Now, you have to feel grounded. And I see that, unfortunately, the second, April, May, and June is the time when you're going to have to take a little wee peek into that health of yours. Start moving. Try to take, don't let situations go by. Your teeth are starting to hurt, go immediately to the dentist, because you want to avoid long-term issues, long-term medical difficulties. Third quarter is a lovely period, one of the best. It's July, August, and September. a moment when you're telling everyone, you have a show, a public show of how healthy you are. Look, you want the world to know that I'm doing things to benefit my health. I'm doing things to benefit my heart, literally, figuratively, and literally. And you decide, many of you decide that period for an interesting vacation or trip. In any case, movement in terms of going from one place to another, moving home, or changing scenery in any case. Now, the third quarter also is a period where you're very, very cautious with who you interact with, because you're very leery about people, talking behind your back, giving you, smoke in your eyes, not telling you the truth. You're a person in that period, July, August, and September, that has some very profound truths that are your strengths, and they constitute what it means for you to wear your heart on your sleeve. You cannot speak to anyone unless your heart is in it. Okay, this is very important. And speak to many people you will. It's a very, very passionate period as well, very sensual period, that July, August, September, a period where you really want to feel literally other people around you. The fourth quarter. Now, the fourth quarter is a time when, so we're talking about October, November, December. October, November, and December, where you're thinking, okay, the year is coming to an end. It's time for me now to see how far I've come and where I want to go. And that is going to cause some issues for you, because you're not sure that you've done enough. You think that you're behind in your work. You think that your plans your expectations have not been met. And that's going to give you some kind of an anxiety. But again, the suggestion here, the counsel that the cards are giving you, is to go out and interact and speak with people. Discuss it with them, because the feedback you'll get will eradicate that form of anxiety. Now, the fourth quarter is a time when literally there's going to be someone coming into your life that is not necessarily a partner or a romantic partner, but they may be. But in any case, it could be a person. It is a person who will give you security. Is in some way or another, if it's a partner, they may want to build a house with you. They might want to build a home with you. If it's a person in the context of your work, they may suggest an advancement for you, a career jump. There's going to be your sense of security at stake that last fourth quarter. And because you're ready to move forward, but your plans to move forward are going, and it's going to happen very quickly. This, right at the end of the year, you're going to catch wind of information that will prove to you that your future is going to have definitely a big shift. In positively speaking, you're going to get that career jump. You've worked so hard. Now it's your turn. Now I'm going to go through for you, Pisces, the individual aspects of your life. For example, beginnings and endings are the most difficult things for you this year. Closing something and reopening another. Stopping one job, starting another job. It's going to cause you serious emotional pain. That's going to make, there's going to be tears falling. And surprises are going, in the year 2018, are the positive elements in your life. There's no doubt about that. They come and they sweep you away with happiness. Unfortunately, again, the cards are telling me that the endings, especially, not the new beginnings, but the endings, are going to be very difficult for you to make. And you will, however, make them. The communication, oral communication, it is through oral communication that you always find success. It's announced orally to you. Well, lady, it won't come to in writing. Someone will be coming to you, and this is the end of the year. I remember it. I said, and say, well, madam or sir, you have done well. It's your turn. We're rewarding you with, okay, a raise or whatever. Now, your work and livelihood, that is the focus of your greatest success in 2018. I'm going to say that again. Your work and your livelihood is the focus of your greatest success. Your sense of security, that will, your sense of security is going to feel as if is an area where you're undermined. You're never going to feel really safe. You're almost going to work go overboard in your work because to compensate because of this sense that you're not feeling secure. But it's momentary. It comes and it goes. Also, the guidance that you will receive will come from people you know. Your greatest circle of friends, your siblings, close people in your close circle, those will be the people that you can rely on for the greatest guidance. Your sense of home. Home is definitely where your security is. I have no doubt about that. You, even for those of you who are thinking of moving, you're going to put much care into the thought of how that place is going to be because it's so important to me. Now, the area of public life. You know, I've mentioned that these all have houses. They're numbered cards and they are placed in a house. And when the card falls in its house, it's special. And here is the garden. And the garden fell in its own house. And the garden tells us of interaction with other people. There's going to be a lot of that next year, 2018, and it's going to be very, very lucky for you, full of true teachings for you. They're going to teach you how to strategize. They're going to teach you how to interact. They're going to teach you how to work with other people and how even to lead teams. Now, and to guide other people. Obstacles that come about, on the one hand, are going to be presented by your health. You're always going to have to think, am I too, little matters of health. Have I overeaten? Is my extra weight causing me health problems? Should I go swimming on a regular basis to improve my health? Matters of health are what will give you, how can I say, a sense of stability as well. They're going to ground you. If you keep thinking about your health, you'll feel grounded. The more you take care of your health, the more grounded you'll feel. Okay, that came out a little squiggly, but I got it. I got it out. Decisions to be made. Decisions are going to be made with your heart. There's no doubt about that. You're going to be moved by emotions, and every decision you make, the basis has an emotional element. Also, problems and nuisances that crop up have to do with moving. Moving, if you want to move home, moving to another area, moving into another place, moving in with someone. That is going to, travel, constant travel for work, that's going to be difficult for you. What is unknown, hidden, something hidden from your sight? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces, things that are hidden from you are so hidden that you want to strategize. So when if a trap comes before me, I want to be prepared with plan A, B, C, and D. So there's going to be a lot of planning. So you want, in terms of trying to control what you don't know, And it's funny that there's this wanting, the desire to want to control. Also, the matters of communication, written communication, is something that is of less importance, something that will cause you difficulty because people misconstrue what you write. Far better is, as I mentioned before, the oral means of communication that will be successful for you. Now, the last two houses here, the male influences, the female influences, the anima, the animus, the animus, the anima here. There's the way you face, there are a lot of messages here. The way you face sexuality is going to be through your rational mind. You're going to think about it. And this is, of course, you might be counterproductive, you might be thinking. But there's also the other side. It will be a topic of discussion that why do you adopt certain positions when you make love in a certain way? And then you're going to rationalize that with somebody. I actually see you coming to terms with your sexuality in a rational way. Also, the female side to it, the female side to your nature, your soul, is quite interesting. Every time you are faced with an emotional situation, you're going to get to the core of understanding what's at hand, what's going on. And this happens over and over and over again in 2018. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces, I hope this was of help to you. I think I've gleaned as much as I could. Thank you so much for being with me, and have a great holiday season. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Pisces friends. Bye-bye.